Hey, family, I gotta make an. I misspoke this morning when I said, and how everybody doing? Thank y'all for tapping in. That Judy has signed up. Judy hasn't went down there and said, I'm just telling you, I got a call. I don't want to put out stuff out here. Excuse me. I love to be. When I'm wrong, I come back and say she hasn't signed to say she was running back for the fourth ward. I'm just telling you, she haven't went and picked up. That's what I was told. I'm not gonna tell you who my snitch is in the clerk office, but I got it. I'm just telling you, I got a call and they were like, she didn't, and they was trying to cover me up. So I want to shout out to my connection in the clerk office. I'm out, family.
Okay. Madam Clerk, just for record's sake, now that we have quorum, if you would please do roll call again.
Okay, it is 4:41 PM, and we will redo the roll call. Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter is not in. Ms. Burns is not in. Ms. Mashat?
Present.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Present.
Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
You have 6 members present.
We have
present.
6. Oh, What'd you
Madam
say?
Chair,
Madam Clerk?
I just want to point out that the city attorney has not arrived yet. Just so you know.
Oh, I think because everybody saw that 5 o'clock, and they act like we don't do this at 4:30 every week, but I think the 5 o'clock on the agenda threw them off.
Well, the secretary is going to check on our office to see if
Thank
she's-
you.
Point of order. Do we need the city attorney for public speaking? For public speaking? No? No?
All right, so it is now time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 31-10, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meeting. Are there any requests for agenda changes and/or additions?
Madam Chair,
Madam Clerk?
just for the record, I want to make a note for the minutes that the start time for special affairs is 4:30, and there's a typo on the agenda that says 5 PM.
Thank you for that note. Are there any requests for changes or additions? Seeing as how there are none, we will move on to public comment. Members of the public who wish to address the city council.
Madam Chair, I just for the, if this says 5 o'clock, did the notice, or this is the only thing on the website, right?
No, the notice for the meetings says 4:30 for this date. This is a typo on the agenda. But the notice for the meetings for today says that special affairs starts at 4:30.
Okay.
Everybody good? We got it? Okay. Members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meeting begins. A box is placed at the entrance to the council chambers for collection of registrations. No additional speakers or slips will be accepted after the meeting begins. Members of the public shall have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only one speaking opportunity per speaker. First public speaker, Madam Clerk.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Hello, I'm R.L. Mitchell. For the record, Happy New Year, everybody in New York. Hey, New York, y'all down there, we Flintstones is on the porch, and it's plenty of room on the porch for you people to get on too, because we are getting our poisoning money. Everybody in Flint, $20,000 apiece, and I just heard from Mr. Moore, we got $14 million left at the stimulus money, and that's enough for everybody in, with 85,000 people in Flint, everybody can at least get $20,000. So New York, stay tuned and see how we going. And another thing, and thanks to Eagles came and redeemed my house, 3512 Mildred Street, because my house used to be a club, and it was a waterfall running down there for 15 years. And I got the biggest water bill in Flint, but I had to to put on the radio to keep from hearing that running water under my basement for Dolores, a sanctified woman, to play the gospel all for 15 years, but I found out my roof was bad. The landlord, well, I had a slum landlord and didn't know it. I got on my roof, and he told my payee to keep this, my father's my payee, keep the sun off my roof. And I called the inspector. The inspector said, this house is condemned. But then they say it's got black mold in it too. Thanks to Eagle, it is right down the street from Burson Field House. Every time, it always tried to keep me out from getting the money. But they say some of them getting it by, you got to have your cell phones and stuff and all that technology stuff. And they want somebody to fight and kill the rest of them off or they won't get the money. Like, you know, like we ain't like Donald Trump. He done to them dope boys, blast them out of the water, then got their president and put him in New York right in his front yard. The president and his wife in Brooklyn, New York at that. You know, Trump raised up in New York. All they got to do is go down in the subway, when they start shooting missiles over here like Bin Laden did, but he's still dealing with them old drive-by cotton picking, dope picking, tomato picking, or whatever. I can't say a star would say Puerto Ricans in order to make them up, but Shaq comes, he jumped up. Like I say, ISIS, who they think they is, call themselves jumping on me and just cause somebody going to church and stepping up. Anyway, Happy New Year, you peoples, and we gonna get paid big time tonight. You'll see. Stay tuned, New York.
Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is John Baker or Breaker.
How you doing? My name is John Baker. I'm from the 7th Ward. Ms. Mouchant. I've been here for a year and a half. I was asked to come here for the Flint Art Project. We do the murals and everything. I cook for those artists. So in that time, I've noticed a lot of these grocery stores, namely Mr. B's, Fresh Market, all the grocery stores that are here, they're not having enough fresh food. I've actually had made videos of all the food that was outdated. Literally the gas station, Sunoco, right next to this office, the gas station right there. I came from out of town, got off the road, got a sandwich and a juice, both molded, spoiled, can was 2 years old. I'm a chef. I'm Le Cordon Bleu. I was a valedictorian. Basic food practices is to have fresh, edible food. Doesn't have to be delicious. It just has to be edible. So that's what I'm complaining about. Like I said, I've only been here a year and a half, property owner. I'm on Avon condos, there, and I'm here. I went to the mayor's office. I've gone to the health department. I've gone to the Department of Agriculture. I was at the news this morning, and I just wanted to bring it to your attention if you didn't know about this already. To me, it's new, but everyone that I hear and talk to here says this is something that's been going on. I was actually assaulted at one grocery store, Longhorn, because it's like 500,000 views on Facebook and Instagram of the incident where I went in and videoed the food. And as soon as I walked in this morning, I just walked in the store, the owner already had it ready, and they've instructed their cashiers and people to tell when I come in the store, because I'm going to complain. So, and I have everything on video from each store, Longhorn, all of them, Mr. B's, Hutchinson's, Fresh Market, all of it. So I don't think I need 3 minutes. I appreciate your time. Thank you, Ms. Mouchant. Thanks.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Audrey Muhammad.
Audrey Muhammad, resident of the 2nd Ward. Couple things I want to talk about. I went back to the website. It does say 5 o'clock for the meeting. And that's on that paper. It says 5 o'clock, so if you looked on there to try to find out what the agenda was for today, it says 5 o'clock. I called down here and asked, when does the first meeting start? And I was told 5 o'clock from the clerk's office. I talked to Gloria earlier today. So something just said in my head, in my mind, we're living in the land of trickery and lies. And you should probably get down there early enough, so I was here before 4:30 to be able to come in and sign in. But they did. That's 2 places that I saw it saying 5 o'clock. The ballot, that box back there was removed. That is not fair. We have to start getting more people. And I'm gonna be honest, you ain't started the clock yet, Davina. The clock is still sitting at 3 minutes. I'm just being honest. Okay. And so I'm just letting you all know that that's a bunch of trickery, lies that's going to be exposed. That is not the truth. I looked right at the agenda myself again, and it does say 5 o'clock, and it's on the website. So if it's a mistake, make sure y'all doing some corrections to the mistake. Lawyer, you got to listen to this, because this is trickery that's happening to the citizens of Flint. And if you're representing Flint, you're not just representing the council. You're not just representing the mayor's office. You're representing the city of Flint. And the residents have been brutally mishandled. I'm also going to talk about the police officer Stillwell again. Keep coming up in different problems and all kinds of issues in the community. The same officer who knocked on my door and told me he was going to take the locks off of my door if I locked my door again and my daughter couldn't get in. The same officer who went around my house and flashed his flashlight in my window. The same officer I came down here on the 31st of October and filed a complaint, and have yet to hear from Officer Lieutenant Dixon from Internal Affairs about it. Have heard nothing from them at all. Have spoken several meetings concerning this. This is bad for the police. This is not a good time for the police to be doing that. He didn't have a body cam on him. He didn't have his badge where it was seen. He barely had his name where it was seen. This is not good for the citizens of Flint. We have to do better. I would like to hope that somebody would stand up like the police chief in another city did to ICE and said, real police don't cover their face. Real police don't cover their badge. Real police don't to hide their identity. They come out and do what they're supposed to do. And she threatened to arrest ICE members who come in her city and cover their faces up. She said they're no better than what we had with the Klan. She's going to come after them. Now, I would like to say something about this. We got the water settlements coming in, and I ask of you, the council, the city, the attorney, anybody in the city, anybody who's listening, after talking to school board president Joyce McNeil, and we talked about the foster children who are lost in the system, who may not be accounted for with settlement money. They may have been in a foster home and may have not been filed for them. What are we doing about those foster children who are now adults? They deserve to have a part of the settlement. Somewhere or another, there need to be a task force that's going out. Use school records, use any kind of records that you could get. Go in with the other agencies and find those children and make sure that they get their monies too. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Keelani Copeney.
One, two, three, all eyes on me. I'm Keelani Copeney, and I'm 13 years old, and I am your council kindergarten teacher. It's a new year, and it's time for a big review of the basic rules you should have learned in kindergarten. But for some reason, some of you are just not grasping the concepts. It's okay. I'm still here to offer support and guidance. 1, treat others the way you would like to be treated. It's not nice to roll your eyes when someone else has the floor. It's also not nice to taunt residents when they have the floor, when they are sitting in their seats, or anywhere else you may encounter them. 2, when someone is speaking, listen to them and give them your full attention. That means not looking down at your phone, having conversations under the table, stopping to tie your shoes, stopping to wander around like you're lost, and stopping to take a nap. 3, your tone means just as much as what you're trying to say. You can have good intentions in what you are saying, but the way you say it and the tone of your voice makes all the difference in how you are perceived and if people understand what you are trying to say or if they feel you are attacking them. Your tone and choice of words can cause chaos or it can cause community and solutions. 4. Don't tell lies. 5. No bullying means no bullying. No bullying in the council chambers, no bullying in this building, no bullying in the streets, and no bullying on the internet. That means both verbally and physically. As elected officials, you are supposed to be role models and be the best the city has to offer. For example, saying on Facebook that residents come to council to be clown show stuff when you don't agree with them. Some of you also need to learn to keep your hands to yourself. I suggest anger management and therapy.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Mari Copany.
Happy New Year. I got a few things to address today. I know it seems like Flint is in its own bubble and we think the issues we see nationally don't affect us locally, but it does. We have seen the chaos ICE has caused over the past week. We know they are here, and with the directive from fans that they have absolute immunity, we are witnessing their cruel behavior escalating by the minute. What is the plan to keep those most vulnerable in our community safe from these domestic terrorists? Next, it's time to focus on a violence prevention plan. The new year has brought the same violence we keep seeing in our city. It took 27 minutes for the first shooting of 2026 to be reported. And we are also seeing a spike in teenagers and young adults stealing cars. We need to work on something to stop this because it's only a matter of time before these young people end up as a statistic because someone shoots them. We need a plan that involves everyone from the parents to the youth. Even though he's not here, I want to address the councilman in the first ward and the comments he left on my Facebook. It is true, I have never met you or had a conversation with you, but who's the elected official here? I have been doing work in this community for over half my life. You would think leaders would want to support a young person that continues to show up for the community, but by your own admission, you have never left your seat to even introduce yourself, let alone had a conversation with me. Now, on to something positive. December 20th, we held my 10th annual toy shop and resource fair, which was the largest in the city of Flint. We were able to serve over 500 children and gave away over 3,500 toys and 200 coats. While my event was a huge success, it is sad that the only elected official that showed up to support was Councilwoman Burns. It is disappointing to see members of the council pick and choose who they want to support instead of putting differences aside to support the kids in Flint who you were also elected to represent. Not only is it a new year, but it's an election year, and I hope to see everyone on council step up and do what supports and benefits the entire city. Please do your job.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Stanley Wood.
It's not fair to follow those two. But really, I should wait a minute until the start of the meeting actually starts. Like Sister Audrey, as soon as Davina said, oh, it was right on the website, I went straight to the website, and sure enough, it's 5 o'clock. So we've started a half hour early, so we took the box a half hour early. And nothing will be done about it. We know that. I just wanted to bring it to the attention. Resolution 250414, the amendment to Chapter 35, the personnel, giving them these extra paid holidays. I think it's fiscally irresponsible, in my opinion. If we didn't have the ARPA money to keep bailing us out, we'd be under control by the state again, and I think it's coming to that. And remember, this resolution just starts the process for these people. Don't forget the unions are coming, and they're going to want the same thing. And it's going to be more money we got to put out that we don't have. I want to give a shout out to Dustin. I know a lot of you know who he is. Allegedly, he took his own life on the 5th of January. I personally think he was probably suicided by somebody else. He's exposing a lot of corruption in the Genesee County Sheriff's Department and in the city of Flint. It just kind of surprises me. This is a guy that lived for his daughters. I don't see him doing nothing like that. Last thing, Color Law Coalition. If anybody wants to join or help out, we're always looking for more people. And I'm gonna cut it short today.
Thank you. You said that was the final public speaker, correct, Madam Clerk?
That's correct.
Seeing as though that was the final public speaker, I do want to go on to
I
council.
was here before 5 o'clock. I was here before 5 o'clock and everything.
Mr.
that y'all- I'm
Jones,
just-
Mr.
I'm
Jones,
not
that's
gonna give
fine.
you
We're
no
going to
problem. I'm
address
finna sit
it.
down.
We're
Okay.
going to address it. Have a seat. Madam Clerk, you said that was the final public speaker, correct?
That's correct.
All right. Seeing as how that's the final public speaker, it is now time for council response.
Madam Chair,
Council members, we're going to correct it. We got to get through this
Madam-
part so she
Madam
can correct
Chair.
it. Yes,
I
Council.
make a motion to allow any speaker that got here before 5 o'clock to have their 3 minutes, and I so move.
We can't because our meeting time was posted correctly. The agenda was wrong.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead. Our time was
what
posted
I
correctly. The
stated
agenda
was
was
that
wrong.
the public notice has the correct time. The
Correct.
public notice, the agenda does not, because it's a mistake on the agenda, which is a document for this meeting. The agenda does not tell you what time the meeting starts. The public notice does, and that's what I stated. The public notice on the website says the meeting starts at 4:30. The council rules state that Special Affairs Committee starts at 4:30. Special Affairs has always started at 4:30. The public notice that's out in the hallway states that the meeting starts at 4:30. This is a typographical error on this agenda that was not caught. This meeting was posted to begin at 4:30.
Thank you.
Madam Chair, there's a motion on the floor.
There is a motion on the floor. Is there a support? It's been moved and properly supported. I guess the clerk just gave discussion, so. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak right now? I know it's a motion, so we have to discuss.
Madam Chair,
Councilman.
and Madam Clerk, I don't disagree with you, but there is definitely some ambiguity. And if somebody didn't see the notice and looked at the agenda, to me, there isn't that many people here that probably want to speak, that haven't spoken. And we're here to hear the residents anyway. So if there wasn't ambiguity, obviously we wouldn't have to do this, but there is. So let's just address it. Let's take the extra 9-12 minutes it's going to do, and then let's move forward so that we don't get accused of silencing anyone. It's not worth it. Let's hear from the residents. They came out, so let's hear from them. Thank you.
Anyone else who wishes to speak?
Madam Chair,
Councilwoman in the fourth ward.
I do agree with Mr. Pfeiffer on this, only because there is some ambiguity, and so I am going to vote in favor of it. But this is something that I normally wouldn't, but because it is on the website wrong and our agenda, and some people do look at the website, not the official notice, that's why I'm supporting the motion.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak?
Yes, Madam
Councilwoman
Chair.
in the fifth ward.
Thank you. Now, okay, we do all know that the meeting starts at 4:30, but I'm confused. Who made the agenda, and why does the agenda say 5 o'clock? Do we go back and check what we're putting out there? Shouldn't we go back and check? Madam Chair, through you to Clerk Davina.
Madam Clerk.
Yes, we do check, but we are human, so we do make mistakes sometimes. So that is what it is. It's just a mistake, an oversight for that. And because we are still utilizing Word documents, it's a lot of cut and paste for our agendas. So it doesn't automatically fill in. But yeah, it was just an oversight.
Okay, I would say, please, to cut down on confusion and all of it, please go back and recheck these agendas. And I'm gonna vote yes on this because it's true that a lot of people do not see the public notice. they do see the agendas, and the agenda is right there at the door as well. So I would say, please be careful and make sure that we're putting out agendas with the right time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak? All right, seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to speak, I will go ahead and take some time. I do want to point out, in all this time, we've had how many agenda clerical mishaps when it comes to time? I mean, this is obviously a rare occurrence. This has never happened. And so while I understand that it's confusion, I also want us to give the clerk and her staff some grace. This wasn't anything purposely done. Again, the time is posted. We meet 4:30 every week or every other week for special affairs. There was nothing of ill intent on her end. And so I think at the end of the day, that after this vote comes forward, and the public does get the rest of public speaking, I do ask that y'all give grace because it's never happened before. It was an accident. It was a mistake. She's owned up to it. She said they didn't catch it. But as always, special affairs starts at 4:30. It's posted at 4:30. So legally, we have to go with what our posting says. All I'm asking is that y'all give her grace and don't automatically assume she had some sort of ill intent towards you. And with that said, I will go ahead and do the roll call vote to allow the speakers who were here before 5 p.m. to go ahead and speak if they so choose. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Vote is,
What was the count?
the vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. We will go ahead and just ask you all to line up.
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
if I could request that Mr. Moore be allowed to speak first because he did turn in
Mr.
a
Moore?
speaker slip.
Okay.
James Moore, Second Ward. I just want to say thank you for the 8 votes that came through yes. And one of these days, y'all gonna come down here and hopefully so all 8 will be no, which will be something new for the new year. You know, sorry to the clerk for all of the paper mix up, but you know, our city attorney was late and nobody said anything about her in that nice red jacket. But I thought that I would point it out. It's kind of like a stoplight, but we're gonna make it green. It's all good. You know, and hopefully so the next week when we come up, you know, y'all can keep up the good work since this is a year to vote on. Y'all can keep coming up with some yes votes or some all no votes. It won't hurt our feelings none. And I thank the residents for coming out tonight. And before my 11 minutes get up, I'm gonna just say early, talk to you later.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Rich Jones.
I'd like to thank y'all for y'all vote. And the last time I was up here, I spoke on having it's been so long, I done forgot the meaning of what the word is. A gathering, we can just say a gathering, a town hall with the police department. So we can start ironing some of these differences that we have out now before we have a physical problem that we want to talk about. It's been said for years that our police officers supposed to have body cams on. Too many incidents coming up involving police officers with no body cams. Please do something about that if you can. if you can. Some of y'all, it's y'all last couple of meetings on city council. Go out with a bang. I want to take the rest of this time to reach out to the citizens of Flint, especially those 800 plus citizens that signed that Harper funds to where they want to help with their homes and some great business ideas. That the money's gone. Ain't none of it went towards that. I encourage those people to start showing up at city council, to start showing up at community events, to stage protests on your own. You got to stop letting people stand up and get ignored on your behalf, because that's exactly what be happening up here. When the ideal came up to stabilize the water fund and zero balance every citizen's of Flint water bill, never was a discussion. Never was a discussion. Citizens of Flint, this next city council will not move if y'all don't fill these chambers up and let them know that y'all demand change and this is the way y'all want them to vote. Because one or two people coming up here and getting ignored while props takes the conversation ain't it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Ms. Claire McClinton. Ms. Young, did you want to speak?
Well, council, thank you for listening to the public and voting accordingly. Nobody's up here to crucify the clerk or everything, but it was a mistake made, and this is the way to correct it. I'm hoping that Happy New Year to each and every one of you, and to those of you that are out there that's thinking about running for public office. This is something we want to challenge you about. Who among the candidates will listen and take leadership on behalf of the people? Now, I know that sounds kind of trite or whatever, but right now, and it was brought to your attention last year, Village Shore Apartments, where people's water was cut off, their water tied in with the boiler system, and their heat was cut off as well. Now, there's about only 5 or 6 families left over there, but the question becomes, what can be done about the situation as they try to transfer into other housing? Apparently, the apartment, that one building is 3 in the complex, that one building was deemed contaminated or whatever, and they had to go. So the question becomes, what are you elected officials gonna do about it? And if you can't do anything about it, tell residents and the public as you prepare to run for public office, I can't do nothing about it. Say that. Have the gall to say it and quit playing in our face. Times are changing. Homelessness is rising. Our people on the street living in abandoned homes. What are you as elected officials gonna do about it? And if you say, I can't do anything about it, say that when you announce your candidacy. Say, I can't do nothing about it, so we'll know. Times are changing so fast, and I want to say one thing about our government disappearing people on the street, unaliving people in their car. Times have changed. In Milwaukee, when George Floyd got killed, this council, not necessarily everybody up here, but this council passed a resolution and told the Attorney General in Minnesota to do a fair job in investigating his death. Today, guess what? The feds are not allowing the Attorney General to investigate it. See how things change? So we need some bold leadership and we need people that's got answers and solve problems. Thank you.
Thank you. Next public speaker, Ms. Michelle Young.
Good evening. I just want to say thank you for allowing the additional speakers to speak. Yes, it was posted, but when you receive an email saying that the agenda was at 5 o'clock, that's what people go by. I don't look at the posting. I have enough schedule of my own to look at. I'm not looking on the wall. I look at the email that I get that's supposed to communicate to me. But what we can do is we can hold the city officials accountable, because these meeting times are on here all the time, and I hear several people ask, is there somebody speaking on behalf? And nobody's here as a city employee. So you can't expect the public to do better than the city officials, and this is part of their jobs to do that. So just reminder about that. Please give us grace as well. And again, I appreciate what you guys did for the vote. Madam Chair, I know last week I talked to you about the DDA, and what I was asking was, can they put the information on the DDA site so that it's public knowledge as far as what time you don't have to pay anymore? If there's a city council meeting, what time can we start parking for free? And it was something else. I can't remember what it is, but if they could put that on their site as well and let them know that 30-minute grace period or whatever for doing city business out in the front is free. Second thing I would like to talk about, Mr. Pfeiffer, Councilman Pfeiffer. I know last week you were talking to the gentleman about the software that was coming up. I thought I heard him say that this software will help reduce the amount of time that is actually a person going to a home turning water on and off. And the young lady also said it would save time on her reports. So what I would like to know, if it's saving all of this time, and I know those are two different jobs probably, are we able to eliminate a job to get something back, money back to the citizens so we're not paying so much? Second question is, do they have a backup plan for if that software goes down? What is their backup plan? Because water is important in Flint. It's important everywhere, but really in Flint. So I would like to know what their backup plan is if that software gets messed up, whatever. So please, you guys, can you ask those questions of the city employees before you agree to that? I would hope there is a backup plan. And I think that's it for this go round. Thank you.
Is there anyone else who wishes to address the council at this time? Thank you. Seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to address the council at this time, we can now move on to council response. Council members wishing to respond to public speakers may respond once to all public speakers only after all public speakers have spoken, and individual council members' response shall be limited to 2 minutes. Is there anyone who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 6th Ward.
Thank you. I want to say I am happy to see all 8 of us vote unanimously to approve and to extend grace to public speakers who were here because of a minor issue, which was clearly a typo error on the clerk's and her staff's behalf. I will say that. I will not be able to speak to everything. Mari, you do a heck of a job for that, and your mother and family and friends went for your Christmas event. I was completely, it's spectacular. Let me say that. And you are worthy of us giving your support and more support. So I hope next year you call me and say, or any event, hey, Councilwoman Burns, I need you to volunteer because I'm there for you. It was so amazing with what you did, and all of you right here who were there. And y'all need to stand up and give yourselves a hand. The moms, Miss Terry, Lulu, y'all are awesome. Those children left out of that building with garbage bags full of toys. I mean, if you went to that event, you were blessed. And so I want to acknowledge that. And I do want to say, Audrey, Sister Muhammad, you need to email Chief Green, tgreen@cityofflint.com, because he's over that. So that's who you need to contact, and I will contact him also. In regards to Village Shores, Miss Claire McClinton, I got out of my car with Pastor Thompson met me to take them heaters at Village Shore. They had building C is condemned. I have spoken with the public health navigator. We took them blankets, food, water. I know that Cynthia Haynes has been there. And I know that when we talk about feeding the community, the color of law within one, the ladies and the one gentleman have been out here feeding the people for free. And we buy coats for free. I didn't take money. I didn't get gifts for my children because I took that money and said, buy the homeless coats. I want them warm. And so when I work with a group of selfless people, we all need to do that.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the second ward.
Thank you. So I would like to address Ms. Muhammad. I know she spoke about wards of the state and the special master. She especially put that in her correspondence to council, and I will read it to you and I can provide it to you as well. It says, what happens to funds put away for children that are wards of the state? Children who are wards of the state or were wards of the state during the Flint water crisis are treated the same as all other children under the terms of the settlement. Children receive payments if they have a legal representative and if they meet the eligibility terms of the settlement. Children who are wards of the state will receive their payments through their legal representative. The court issued an order that allows family members other than parents to be accepted as legal representatives of children. Guardians are also accepted as legal representatives. In addition, the Genesee County Probate Court has appointed guardians representatives for over 200 children in the settlement. Parents who have had their parental rights terminated by a court are not authorized to act on behalf of the child. So if you would like to see that in person, I can definitely send that to you. So hopefully that answers some of your questions. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Is there anyone else who wishes to speak during council response? Seeing as how there's no one else who wishes to speak during council response, I will go ahead and take my time. I do want to address a couple of comments. I want to make sure I understood you correctly, Ms. Young. What are you asking to have on the DDA website? Is it, and I can't see you because of the term blocking, but are you asking to have the 30-minute grace period added to the website? Okay. All right, we'll get that done. I know that there is also a gentleman here who was here earlier, and he was discussing the several of the grocery stores and they're serving expired food. I know that you have had an opportunity to speak with someone in the mayor's office. I know you've spoken with someone in the county. I believe you said you spoke with one more person. What I do want to do, though, to make sure that we are following up and doing our due diligence is I want to connect you with someone over at the county as well so that we can see what, if any, plans they have to address the expired food concerns that you have. You are not the first person to come and to one of us, not your first person maybe come before council, but to come to us individually and say that there's expired food being served in our community and we do not have fresh food options. That was one of the reasons that the North End Flint Food Market was so important, was so that one, obviously residents took an opportunity to believe in themselves and they came up with a co-op and they put money back into their community, but also to have the fresh food options and to make sure that it was under a mechanism that they could control to ensure that there was not expired food there. Ms. Muhammad, I will ask questions about the body cams because that is one thing that I wholeheartedly believe that officers should have body cams. Mari, I do thank you for your comments. I thank you for uplifting the fact that ICE is now in our community. We need to pay attention to the fact that ICE is now in our community and the ways in which they have been moving in other communities and make sure we are on guard for our community. So thank you for uplifting that. Seeing as how that is my time, we will now move on to the consent agenda. What is the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair.
Councilwoman in the 4th Ward.
Separate.
No, ma'am. Consent agenda.
All items are separated. No consent agenda. There's just one item.
I know, but I still have to say we're on the consent agenda.
Okay, I motion to approve the consent agenda to council.
Thank you. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilman in eighth grade. Councilman in the eighth ward. Councilman in the eighth ward has moved to also separate the one agenda item that we have. What is the pleasure of the body concerning the one agenda
Madam
item?
Chair.
Councilwoman in the sixth ward.
I would like to make a motion to leave this in special affairs.
There's a motion to leave this item in special affairs. Is there support? Moved and properly supported by the councilman in the eighth ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
That part.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is absent. The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. Resolution 250414-T, which is the Code Amendment Ordinance Chapter 35 Personnel, Article 5, Working Conditions will remain in special affairs. What is the pleasure of the body?
Motion to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn by the councilman in the eighth ward, supported by the councilwoman in the sixth ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
Vote is 8 yes, 0 no. It is 5:28 p.m. on Monday, January 12th, 2026. The Special Affairs Committee meeting is adjourned.
Seriously. Davina, do you know if a public notice was sent out about the EDC meetings? Okay, just wondered. Okay. I got 25. It's supposed to be the second Tuesday of the month, but Ryan's gone, Tyler's gone. I talked to Ed. He doesn't know anything either. I think I'll email the rest of the board.
If I could ask council members to take their seats so we can start this city council meeting.
You want that last one?
Huh?
You want that last one? You want that one?
Yes. You can have these. I know. I got a bunch of those.
Dennis, you're not separating anything, are you?
I'm going to ask again for council members to take their seats so we can start the city council meeting.
Excuse me, council members in the audience, I don't know if you heard Madam Clerk. She asked if you all could return.
Now, Ms. Johnson, you know you have to go out on a date now with them to sing karaoke. All right.
It is 5:43 PM. And pursuant to the Flint City Charter, I am calling this city council meeting to order for the purpose of electing the organization of the city council. Before we begin, we will take a roll call. Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Present.
Ms. Johnson?
Present.
Ms. Priestley?
Present.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Present.
Ms. Burns?
Present.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett?
Present.
There are 8 members present.
Madam Chair, or Madam Clerk, excuse me.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to postpone the election for leadership to our next council meeting.
Ms. Priestley has made a motion to postpone the organization of the city council to the next regularly scheduled city council meeting, which will be January 26th. Is there a second for her motion?
Support.
Supported by Dr. Lewis. Take a roll call on that motion. Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
No.
Ms. Burns? Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Yes. Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no. The organization of city council will be moved into the next regularly scheduled meeting. So we will move on to the rest of the agenda.
Now it's time for the Pledge of Allegiance. Mr. Pfeiffer, could you please lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So now it's time for the prayer of the blessing. But before we do that, we would like to acknowledge anyone that may have transitioned. Anyone have anyone they would like to acknowledge at this time?
Yet, yes, Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Winfrey Carter.
I would like to ask for a moment of special prayer for some bereaved families, for the family of Mrs. Carol Towns, for the family of Mr. Lee Johnson, for the family of Miss Janice Harden, for the family of Mrs. Ella Polk, and of course for the family of Mrs. Judith Nolden. That's-
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms.
I would
Michelle.
like to ask for prayers for the family of Mr. Willie Turner and for Miss Heather Bernash.
All right, anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms.
it
Burns.
is with a heavy heart listening to all of these that in our community, but also to someone who was independent, Dustin Asanovic also.
Okay. All right, is there anyone else?
I'm sorry, and also to the family, Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms. Michelle.
to the family of Mr. Larry Coney.
All right. Is there anyone else?
I'm LaShawn Johnson. I'm asking special prayer for me, Madam Chair. I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Ms.
I'm
Johnson.
asking for special prayer for me. It's coming up on my daughter's death anniversary. I would like for you guys to keep me in your prayer and pray for me.
All right. Anyone else? Well, seeing that there's no one else, we will stop for a moment of silence. Okay. Thank you. All right, so now it is time for the prayer of the blessing. So we will ask Councilwoman Mashat, if you lead us in prayer.
Absolutely. If all minds are clear. Heavenly Father God, we just come to you first and foremost in the name of Jesus, thanking you for allowing us to live to see another day. Thanking you for watching over us and keeping us safe and protected. Thank you for keeping us safe and protected as we go on our respective journeys to our homes, that we would get there safely. We ask that you would be with Councilwoman Johnson and her family at this time as she is still grieving the loss of her child. We ask that you would strengthen and keep her. We ask that you would be with all of the families who are currently experiencing loss, Lord God, that you would help them through their grief. We ask that this meeting would be something that would edify and uplift your kingdom, that it would be something to edify and uplift the residents of Flint, and that we would all be of one mind, one sound mind to do the work for the city of Flint. In Jesus' name we pray, amen.
So now it's time for the reading of the disorderly person city code subsection. Any person that persists in disrupting this meeting will be in violation of Flint City Code Section 3110, disorderly conduct, assault and battery, and disorderly persons, and will be subject to arrest for a misdemeanor. Any person who prevents the peaceful and orderly conduct of any meeting will be given one warning. If they persist in disrupting the meeting, that individual will be subject to arrest. Violators will be removed from the meetings. So now it's time for any changes to the agenda. Do we have any agenda changes?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Madam Clerk.
on page 7 of the agenda, the special order 260018 should be number 260019.
Could you please repeat? Madam Clerk, could you please
The
speak
number
up?
for the special order on page 7, instead of 260018, should read 260019.
All right, and we're referring to the discussion item, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, thank you.
Madam Clerk,
So,
Excuse me, Madam Chair.
Go ahead.
Madam Clerk, was there a walk-on that we're supposed to have?
The only add-on that I was expecting is going to be held for the next committees.
Oh, okay, thank you.
All right, so being that we still had agenda changes, so we have, for the sake of time, we have the R.L. Jones Outreach Center here. And we would like to, well, I would like to get them in so we can hear them before we get into the meat of the agenda, so they don't have to stay here all evening. So is it possible? Do we have any objections if we were to move this before resolutions? Okay. So the councilman in the 8th Ward objects. All right, well, we will go on to the first item, which is the public hearing. And the public hearing is for, it's 250413.6, the public hearing, the ordinance number 25413, an ordinance to amend the Flint City Code of Ordinance, Chapter 50 zoning map. And before we go on with the hearing, we would like to get a briefing from the attorney.
Good evening, council members. For the public hearing that's on your schedule for this evening, as you stated, it's just an amendment. It has gone through the proper procedure as far as going to the Planning Commission, and they have made a recommendation to approve. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Madam Attorney. So now it is time for the public hearing. Madam Clerk?
Any member of the public that wishes to address the council for this public hearing will just walk up to the microphone, state your name for the record. You do have to be germane to this public hearing, so you can only speak about this zoning map amendment. So anyone that wishes to address the council would just walk up to the microphone and state their name for the record.
Are you through yet, Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk? Madam Clerk? Okay. I'm R.L. Mitchell. I live at 759 East Linden Avenue. About this zoning situation in Flint. Just like I say, I stayed on 3512 Milton Street, the shortest street in Flint. And Eagles got a way of calling their inspection, inspected my house and found black mold, they say, and told me don't take no furniture, nothing that you own in there, leave it in. You don't live here no more. You live on 759 East Linden Avenue now. I went over there. They got a way of zoning peoples out of getting, just before I'm finna get my money situation in that neighborhood where Holy Temple is, on Mildred Street, and they call themselves zoning in Laredo, a 501 Laredo. And now I hear the city clerk talking about it's approved before we even have a public, just like that. Zoning peoples out for the ISIC peoples can check them while you walk in the street to get it before you even get in your new houses. Who are you? Where you going? And all that stuff. And you people think it's all right. Well, and then when you check them, beating up an ISIS dude, the whole neighborhood come and help to hold the dude down, get the dude off the ISIS dude, and then the ISIS dude get up and put a cap in his head. They did that whole lot down on Lippincott. And they thought it was me. Called my folks and told me, where your son at? I'm supposed to be grown. Call my mom and daddy. I was on my way to church. The dude called himself walking where I walked. And get black. And the dude, and the people's like, own kin folks, don't even much cause a fuss about it. Yeah, like it's normal. But they said, we look into it, Mitchell, don't worry about it. But, like I say, like you say, go have Holy Temple here before, but y'all just like, get a Holy Temple, all they need, just like you did the Salvation Army. But the Salvation Army gave the money back because they got so much money there, like they too big to accept all that junk. Money ain't nothing in this city. But like I say, I'm still out in these junkin' streets of Flint. Why you let them icy people take off all the dope money and over on St. John? If the rope was lubbied up in Gene, they probably turned over in their grave now. Somebody got to negotiate with them, that white boy and the black boy over there on St. John Street at the rollers. Only thing left over there. I used to live at 3020 St. John Street, right next to that 5 and 10 cent store when I first come from Georgia. 3 years old. And Lubby Duck, I was the only gang I know. Lubby Duck, he a decent guy in the game, but he was in the house. Anyway, stay tuned, America. My time is running out, and they finna cut somebody off. R.L. Mitchell's one.
Point of order.
All right, there's a point of order, the point of order.
We have not held the public hearing. That was scheduled before a public comment.
You said we have not held a public hearing.
Before public comment. We did.
Madam
we're
Chair.
We're doing public hearing. I'm sorry.
All right, so go ahead, Madam Clerk.
Yeah, I think Ms. Priestley figured out her confusion.
All right, thank you so much. Go ahead, Mr. Wood.
I just have a really quick question. I don't know if somebody can answer me, but is this already vacant property or are there any houses on it? That's the only question I had.
All right, thank you.
I want to second what Mr. Wood said, but if there's no houses and it's just open spaces, what I'm reading, open spaces to a production center, and if that means jobs, then we need jobs. So, thanks.
All right, are there any more speakers? Any more speakers? So seeing that there are no more speakers, this public hearing is now closed. So now we're moving on to public comment. So the members of the public who wish to address the city council or its committees must register before the meetings, and a box was placed at the entrance. So the members of the public should have no more than 3 minutes per speaker during public comment, with only one speaking opportunity per speaker. So first speaker, Madam Chair.
First speaker is R.L. Mitchell.
Like I say, I'm R.L. Mitchell. I live at 759 East Linden Street, almost in the graveyard, Graceline. Over there where Jefferson Junior High School, where all them woods at, and all that junk up in them woods. A little, like, I went to see a movie this week, and I was in it, Wicked for Good. But that's the only movie they had showing, but when I seen it, wow, I liked the movie because it looked like my friend. I got friends like Tarzan was tearing that black woman up, boy. Woo-wee, I like that's the pretty, and her sister got the house and a little dog too, Miss Priestley. I went back because I'm still feeling homeless. 2 weeks in a row, I went to see a movie. The other one was David. I thought it was for a kid. I was the only one in this book. But that was about the Middle East. Like Trump been making way for the king of the universe and kick ass. Oh, I said that. Oh, was Shaq say something? Anyway, boy, I lost my gloves in the other day. But anyway, I was about this house situation, like the house is over there by Thread Lake. They say they're going 2 days after Christmas, they're gonna put everybody out. But I hear they done ran away. The slumlet can't find them. So, and but the people's in here at least got the places to go. But that's what Flint has become. When you finish check the landlords, they take off and jump on people's payee, and the payee act like you don't know what's going on, and you're still homeless and all that junk with grown folks' money. And like they say, man, you're a grown man. Why you let people take your? People wrote me a $6,000 check over on Miller Road, and then she looked at me and said, "Wait a minute, sir. She give me that check back." I gave it back. I was finna fix my own roof on Mildred, 3512 Mildred Street, and then the Jordan College did the same thing. Girl, the drunken, wicked people crying, don't know why they cry. I mean, all kind of people from Africa, rubber people, and then blew up the mic. I did, but I don't complain. But anyway, Flint is gotta be dealt with like Trump dealing with Brooklyn, New York, his own neighborhood. Because I was I feel like I'm home alone again for Christmas, and my time is running out. So stay tuned, America. Mitchell, talk.
All right, next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is John Baker. Next speaker is Audrey Muhammad.
All right, thank you. Audrey Muhammad from Second Ward. First, I want to speak again, just for clarity on the agenda from before. I'll just have to say this, copy paste, the time shouldn't change when you copy and paste. And that makes me say, go back to voting, because there has to be an accountability, because we had too many voting ballot boxes that wasn't secured properly when they was turned in. And my thing is, where's the supervisors that was responsible, and what happened to them? They shouldn't be working again this next couple of elections. If they messed up the first couple of times, I know if I mess up on my job, I'm gonna be held accountable. I'm gonna get rolled up, and if I mess up 2 or 3 times, they gonna fire me. So those people, even if they just only work one day out the year, one day every other year, they should not be working again. We need to make sure that you all kind of follow through with that and make sure that the people and the citizens who vote have confidence in the voting process. They lose their confidence when it's not taken care of, and then we automatically think something suspicious is going on. I just would like to say, please be more respectful of the people's time. If we're saying it starts at 4:30, then all the council should be here at 4:30 and be ready to start the meeting on time. Be respectful of not only just our time, but the time that's supposed to happen. Be here on time. We won't have that thing. I appreciate the information that was given by Councilwoman from the Second Ward, Liddell Lewis. However, that's not the answer to the question that I was asking. Those things we already know. We already know that there was a responsibility that was written in the process, but there's no follow through. I'm saying there are legitimate foster children out there who was not accounted for. There's nobody out there looking for them. I know it is thousands of them out there. I spoke during Kwanzaa to one in particular who we gave information to, but think if it was her, how many more of them did not get the information, don't know where they're supposed to go. They're lost out there in the system. So there's an accountability. If it's from you all, somebody who listening, someone stand up and take accountability. I don't have access to records. I can't lead them in that direction, but there's something that could be done to help those foster children. The foster mom couldn't legitimately file for them. Did the state do it? Nope, they didn't do it. Who did it? The mom. If the mom was displaced for whatever reason, she probably didn't do it. There's some accountability and some help that could happen to these young adults who are out there now who was victimized by the poisoning of the water. We know that happened. We already know we didn't get what we should have as a homeowner. Didn't cover the water that I done bought over the years, nor my water filters for my whole house filtration system. Let's at least help those children. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker.
Next speaker is Keelani Copeney. Mari Copeney.
All right, so not here.
Next speaker is Stanley Wood.
Councilwoman Johnson, I want to say I'm praying for you. I know it's a really tough time for you. So I'll pray for you. Second Ward Councilwoman, I was a little disappointed when I seen the proclamation that you made to a non-city resident for the Beecher toy drive, when we're not even seeing those kind of proclamations for our own residents doing those kind of things. An example would be Mari or Clarissa Shield. They both had theirs on the same day. I'd like to see something like that. I forgot. My public speaking is brought to you tonight by 810 News Media Group, the #1 source of news in Flint, where their information is 99.99% accurate. Let me tell you about a FOIA request that I did right before New Year's. They got a good scam going here. So I put in my FOIA request, and then I get a letter back, I'm assuming from the legal department, and it says, okay, we've done your investigation, this is how much it is. Surprisingly, I felt it was reasonable. It was $5.75. Now the point of this is not the $5.75. The point is, after I paid it, I got no receipt. So I call the law office and they tell me, well, you got to upload the receipt in order to release the information to you. I explained I don't have the receipt. From there, I had to talk to the service department 2 different times. They couldn't help me. They couldn't get me a receipt. I called the law department back, and you know what I'm told from them? Go ahead and pay for it a second time and print the receipt out. So now I paid twice. I can show you my bank statement. I paid twice for the same FOIA, and what I got was very disappointed. It literally was a 1-line information. If it took somebody, as they put, 15 minutes to find this 1 line, I think is ludicrous. But I bring this up because how many other people has that happened to? How many other people have been told the answer to them was pay for it a second time and print your receipt out so you'll have it for the future? Had it been more than $5.75, I probably would have been pretty pissed off. I'm still not happy about it. That's $5 super chat I could give to 810 News Media Group. Councilman Pfeiffer, thanks for the motion on the public speaking. I don't have enough time, but there was also another time where the meeting was supposed to start at 5 o'clock and it started at 4:30. I can give more information on it if anybody wants it. Thank you.
All right, next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is James Moore.
James Moore, Second Ward, out here tonight. You know, a while back, we had a national situation came down with the Job Corps. And I think it was like 15 kids needed help. And throughout all the confusion, I think somewhere along the way, they got some help. But that's what we try to do here in Flint. We done been hit with every damn thing that can go wrong has happened in Flint, and we still reach out to help. I appreciate Tanya up there saying that she was over there seeing about 5 people in a building that ain't got no water and ain't got no heat. You know, we got a pretty good healthcare navigator that worked back with that group back there in the corner that's real quiet from the mayor's office. And I'm just hoping that she'll find a way to come up with some ham and bologna sandwiches.
All right, next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is M. Young.
Good evening again. I just wanted to say to the public and not just council, reminder, it is election season. We will be having a lot of new people coming and wanting your vote, but just watch the history, see how much they interact right now, how much problem solving they do right now, how engaged they are with city council right now. Watch it. Don't vote for somebody who hasn't been engaged with the council or the city and the problems that we have. Second thing, quick question to Councilman Jarrett. If you know anything, since the winter taxes will be coming due, I think in February sometime for the property taxes, are you aware of any programs, principal resident exemption programs, or any ways that we can reduce property taxes for our elderly or people with low income so that they don't lose their home? I'm worried every year about all, that 160 group of homes that were lost. I would like people to remain in their homes that have paid their homes off, and the only reason they're losing them is because they can't afford their taxes. So let's be proactive. I know you know a lot about finances, that's why I asked you about it. If there's anything that we can bring ahead of time and maybe post somewhere, or even take it to the senior citizen places to get at least the seniors. There's not really a group that meets where we have young people that may be homeowners, but anything to help with their taxes so we don't have a group of people losing homes again. Another thing, I'm going to go back to the residency thing again. I know we talked about it last week and it was funny, it's only Tanya that has to do it. But residency is a problem for people that represent us. I don't know if the laws or rules are already in place, but is there any way we can look into anyone that owns a home, that we make sure their homestead taxes are to that ward? That would be a second check. We just got to get better with this voting process. Also, I would like to ask, can we get an org chart from the city? I know it's been asked 100 times. I would like to have an org chart, please. And we still need the water pipes done. We need an update. How far are they along? Thank you.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Sandra Jones.
I come before you this afternoon with Director Kevin Kroons from Asbury United Methodist, and also Harold Woodson, who could not be here. We're not representing ourselves, we're representing the help centers. So for not to want the help centers to come before this board is not good, because we're not representing our individual agencies. As you all know, we were started because of the community. The community voted on these 3 centers to be the representative in Flint for the people because of the lead in the water. If the people had not had mitigating foods and they had been exposed to lead for 28 days, they would wind up in the hospital. So the community came together at the food bank and voted on Greater Holy Temple, Asbury United Methodist, and Bethel United Methodist. So I'm here tonight with Kevin Kroons, Director, to represent the help centers, because we found out, 2 weeks in December, that the state had cut the funds for the help centers. Now, our 3 centers make no money from the help centers. That money goes directly to the food bank, and the food bank distributes the food to us. We're in an environment today where no one volunteers. So the people who are working on, my day is Tuesdays for Asbury, and Monday for Bethel. We pay out of our other agencies, our own personal agencies, for the representative. I heard the gentleman talking about Job Corps. Job Corps young people come and work for me every single Thursday and have been doing it. Well, you can have that look on your face if you want to, but it's a fact. They come and work because they don't have any other place to work. And we pay them $10 an hour. And most of you have been there to see them. When they didn't have a place to stay, it was Mother Jones who sent letters and emails all across everywhere, even to the US government for them and to CS Mott and everybody. We all stand together. We met today with the food bank. I see my minute, but I need to read this to you quickly. The overall food insecurity rate in the county is 17.4%, affecting 70,490 people in Flint. The neighborhoods with the highest rates of food insecurity, this is from the food bank, are insecurity in zip codes 48503.
Mother Jones, so just letting you know, so that is your time. However, you will be able to have your special presentation
Okay.
at the end of the meeting.
Okay.
Yep, so, so as soon as we finish the consent agenda and anything that may be separated, you all can come back and we will give you, you said you need 15 minutes?
It won't even take that long. We just wanted to finish reading the statistics. So, and allow you to, if you have questions for us at the end, we'll be here. That's all.
Okay, yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, so we could give you that time at the end, probably allocate like 15 to 20 minutes just in case they have any questions, so we can answer. And so we can make sure that we take care of our residents. Is that
Okay.
fine?
That's fine.
Okay, thank you so much.
Good.
Thank you. Mhm.
The next speaker is Jaquindra Brown.
Good afternoon, Council. My name is Jaquindra Brown, and I'm a resident of the 7th Ward. I'm here before Council on a more somber note. I originally wanted to talk about the City Council's charter policies, but due to recent events, I'm here just to discuss this concern regarding safety. On January 7th, Renee Good, a mother of 3, had her life taken away from her family in Minneapolis by an ICE agent. Later in the week, 2 more people were injured by ICE agents in Portland. And this was not to mention the violent actions taken by DHS or ICE over the last year. I want to make sure that the increased aggression ICE has towards innocent civilians across this country does not take place here. And to do this, I'm asking for 3 specific measures to help ensure that what happened in Minneapolis does not happen here. 1, a resolution that states the City of Flint stands with its immigrant community and condemns the violent actions taken by the ICE agents and DHS in Minneapolis. 2, an ordinance that will hire more lawyers to protect immigrants within and around Flint when they either receive mail or emails by DHS in regards to unlawful deportations, when they go to a court hearing due to potential updates with their immigration status, and also to U.S. citizens who are affected as well. And lastly, an ordinance that will require ICE agents to be unmasked if they plan to perform any operations within the city. We all have families that we love and cherish. No one should be forcefully removed from their loved ones. There are now too many people in our community who fear going to work, who fear going outside because of their status. And I want to make sure that everyone knows that they belong in the city of Flint. I know the council here truly cares about the city and only wants the best for it. And I believe that implementing these policies and these measures would do just that, building solidarity and community by saying that no matter where you were born, if you live in Flint, you are a Flintstone, period. Thank you.
Thank you. Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
The next speaker is Sarah Houston.
Sarah Houston, 6th Ward. Young men like that give me hope. That was giving me goosebumps. That just gives me hope right there. But first and foremost, I must always say that I am a CODA, child of a deaf adult. I am a parent to a deaf 16-year-old son. We live here in the city of Flint. Not my mom anymore. I lost her in March last year. But anyway, and I just want to see interpreters. You guys know that. I came straight here from work, working in Brighton, came straight here, rushed, ran in the door so I don't miss that box, and made sure I come here to say that. I also wanted to say, Mr. Pfeiffer, I am sad to see you go. And I want to thank you for giving a damn about our city, regardless. So thank you for your work. I really appreciate you. Other people are going to leave too. I have this gut feeling, and there are important people that are here, and I hate to see you guys go, but I am very grateful to meet you and know you and see your service and your love for this city, and I appreciate you, so thank you very much for that. Judy, you had spoken at the last meeting when somebody was asking about ARPA funds, and as a person who was a financial manager, the first thing to say is FOIA the information instead of being transparent. Says a lot about you, that's for sure. Ms. Johnson, I'm praying for you always, and I am so sorry about your loss, and nothing but love for you, for sure. Ms. Liddell, I think you just want a lot of power around here. I mean, you guys are going in circles about the presidency. You ain't even voting for your girl. I'm like, dang, you can't even have your girl back because you want to run it so damn bad. We could have been over this a long time ago, like for real. This is ridiculous. Grow up. Mr. I don't even know what to call him, ain't here today. We know he don't belong here. And those who support him, especially those women, because the men don't even, the women that support him, it's very sad and sorry as a woman to support a narcissistic person who abuses women, and y'all know he does it. I don't want to hear guilty and till proven innocent, because there's a lot of dead women out here whose dudes wasn't proven innocent. So that's all I'm going to say today. Thank you, everybody. Have a great evening.
Next speaker, Madam Clerk.
Next speaker is Rich Jones. Next speaker is Beverly Biggs Levy.
Hi, my name is Beverly Biggs Levy. I'm running for the 3rd Ward City Council seat. I'm here to address, I have some papers. I got a petition paper for the Flint clerk. Davina, you're not doing your job when it comes to the 1st Ward guy. There's no way that he should still be in that seat, and you allowing it, and the state have told you to handle it. They will not handle it. But I do have some petitions that I want, if anybody want one, we want to go out and get petitions to see if we can get Davina to step down, because of the mere fact, if you're not going to do your job, we're going to try to make sure the job is done. There's no way that Leon lived in Mount Morris. He used my address for 1st Ward, because I was under impression that the mayor said use one of your houses. Now he using another Flint address for Parkway for the 3rd Ward, and he really shouldn't be in that seat, period. Jerry put out something to have him to step down. You, Fabulous 4, say innocent until proven guilty. You guys know he's guilty. Liddell, you was at court. You heard that girl testify that the way he beat her, but you all for it. You guys are sick. You are a sick individual to let this man beat on a woman and don't do nothing about it, and you want him to hold this seat. I have nothing against him holding his seat if he was holding it for the right reason. He's not a first ward council person, he will never, in my eyesight, be a first ward council person. And if y'all allow this to keep going on, it's time for us. I have a ton of these papers. If anybody want to get one, I'm passing them out. We need to have you to be accountable for the job that you are sitting in that seat for. You know the wrong things that's going on, and you will sweep it under the rug. And I think that is sweeping under the rug for $1. It's not fair to the people. We, the people, have something to say. It's time for us to get on board and try to get her to step down if she won't do her job. Have a blessed day.
Next public speaker, Madam Clerk.
The final speaker for this meeting is Claire McClinton.
Good evening again, council. Again, it's a new year. Let's turn the page. Let's get a clean slate. There's a lot we could talk about that happened in 2024, and it's not pretty. Our city was once a symbol of middle-class advancement through our great unions. We had first, as far as civil rights, with a black mayor in a city this size, a publicly voted and passed ordinance for open housing. We were the first. We are the first in so many social justice events, and yet we have not had, not just council, but other leadership has not lived up to our legacy. So I hope not just this group who may or may not run again, but anybody that's thinking about running for a seat in this town and in this state need to hold account about what you have done and what you're going to do to resolve these awful, inhumane conditions that we're dealing with in the city of Flint. We got the legacy and the history to say we can fight our way out of this, but we don't have the leadership in our elected officials that reflect that. It's such a disconnect between the experience of the people and the leadership that we have. And I'm not going to recount all of the disrespect and humiliation that residents who come to these meetings have faced. We ain't gonna talk about that. We ain't gonna talk about the governor and all them got away with murder as it relates to the water crisis. We ain't gonna talk about the paltry compensation that we're getting. We're not gonna talk about the failure to prosecute those responsible. We ain't gonna talk about all that, but we've got challenges that's bigger that we have to face. And again, going back to the Village Lake Apartments, we want to hear what you as council people gonna do about it. Now, Tanya, the group that you work with, Color of Law, and other groups that's volunteered, Pastor Thompson, Cynthia Haynes, Democracy Defense.
Sorry,
Let's see what you're gonna do. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Madam Chair, did you say that was the last speaker?
That's correct.
All right, so seeing that that is the last speaker, public comment is now closed. So do we have any council response?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Mashat.
Thank you. I did want to comment to the resident who asked about the property taxes and was stating how we were trying to, which I think we all are trying to avoid residents being displaced once again. One of the things that I did introduce 23, 24, was the HOPE initiative, which is the homeowners property exemption. And what that does is that gives residents who fall within a percentage of the federal poverty an opportunity to gives them some help with their property taxes. So if you cannot pay your taxes for financial reasons, you may be able to reduce the current year's property tax obligation with the homeowners property exemption program, which is the HOPE program. Residents who are approved for the HOPE are also possibly eligible for pay as you stay, which is called the PAYS program, which reduces delinquent property taxes owed to the Genesee County Treasurer as well. Once you are approved for HOPE, you will need to contact the Genesee County Treasurer to set up a payment plan. But if you want more information on the HOPE initiative, you can go to the City of Flint website to get more information. We do, and I think my colleagues do a great job as well. We do tell people about this program often, but I think now is the time to remind people that the HOPE initiative, it does exist. You can go to the City of Flint website to learn more about the HOPE initiative and some of the information that you would need to use to apply. Also, I am looking at the DDA website. You are correct. So I did go ahead and send off that email that those hours are not on there. So I did send that off to the DDA. And as far as the young man who came and he was talking about the ICE resolution that you would like to see us do so that you can see that we are standing with residents, I have no problem with passing a resolution. However, an ordinance for lawyers is something that we cannot pass. That's not something we can do. But then I will defer to the city attorney about asking about an ordinance for ICE agents to be unmasked. Thank you.
All right, do we have anyone else that want to respond to the public?
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Thank you. And thank you to everyone. And I love seeing babies in here because they are actually real and they're with their fathers. And so I don't know how they do on that because they all under 2 or 3. So they're babies. And so I want to say thank you. I won't be able to respond to everyone. We only get 2 minutes. But I do want to say this, that we need to stop normalizing abnormal behavior. Domestic violence is a problem. And it's not Ms. Biggs, it was the officer's testimony that shook me in the court where Kiki Martin stated that she was beat by Councilman Leon El Alamein. That shook me. That's a matter of court record. He currently lives down the street from me and is tethered there. We know that it's had 2 or 3 other addresses. He shouldn't be voting. It's not normal. I'm not going to normalize abnormal behavior when her entire life has been uprooted. She's had to live in shelters. It's not normal. I'm not protecting anybody when you do something. I'm not waiting. Not when I was at the hospital with her, took the pictures of her bruises on her body. It's not normal. He doesn't live in the city of Flint, and that house that has been burnt up 3 different times is what was on the address where he filed a false PPO on me. He's a distraction. He should not be here. And we need to start speaking up and speaking out and quit letting little stuff like this slide as a body of counsel. We have to stop it. I don't have nothing to hide. Investigate me. I live where I live. And on Tuesday night, he can come take my trash can in because he's down the street from me in the 6th Ward, as far as I'm concerned. So Wilhelmina, the grandmother, her name is Wilhelmina Guy. I did not mention that, but praying for her family. She did pass away.
All right. Anyone else for council comment? Anyone else want to do council response? All right, now seeing that there's no one else, I'll go ahead and take my time. Just wanted to inform the public about a couple of great things that's happening in the community. The first thing is Zeta Phi Beta Sorority Incorporated. They have an event where they have free laundry to the community, and that's when the community can come and wash 2 loads of clothes for free. And this is going to take place at Pro Clean on 3802 East Court Street, January the 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. Again, free laundry to the community at Pro Clean, 3802 East Court Street on January the 16th from 4 to 6 p.m. In addition to, there's also the Bob Emerson Scholarship. This is the time of year when a lot of individuals want to seek funding for our scholars. And the Bob Emerson Scholarship is available, and the deadline to apply is January the 16th. So you can find this information on the Community Foundation website, in addition to the Second Ward webpage. And then the last thing is we're having our Second Ward community meeting. And the Second Ward meeting will take place next Tuesday at a new time, starting at 5:30 to 7:30. So we're going to have a couple of city departments there to answer some questions. We had some residents say that they wanted to hear from the Economic Development Office, the Office of Public Health, and so forth. So we want to make sure that we are giving out good information. So although it's a Second Ward meeting, we want to invite everyone that wants knowledge about the city of Flint to come out and attend. All right, so that is my time, and we will move on to the consent agenda. What's the pleasure of the body? Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
I move to approve the consent agenda.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the consent agenda. Any support? Supported by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward. Do we have any separations?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Mr. Pfeiffer.
260000.
Okay, so the first one. All right. Any others? All righty. Well, seeing that we have one separation, we will go ahead and move forward with the consent agenda with the one separation of 260000. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
Yes.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is not in. The vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. The consent agenda passes. So now we are on to our separation. What's the pleasure of the body?
Madam Chair,
Ms. Priestley?
motion to approve.
So there's a motion to approve Resolution 260000. Any support? Any support? Seeing that, all right, so it is supported by the council lady in the 7th Ward. Any discussion?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead.
through you to Mr. Moore.
Did you ask for?
Mr. Moore.
Okay, Mr. Moore, could you please approach the lectern?
Mr. Moore, I've read all the documents that you've sent. I have two specific questions. Are we going to reduce any personnel by purchasing this?
I highly doubt it.
Okay, thank you. The second question is, how does going to this cloud service benefit the residents of the city of Flint?
The first thing I can think of is the security of the system is much, much better.
How does it benefit the city residents?
That means that all their data, everything that's on our systems, will not be hackable, will not be reachable by others.
What data are we talking about that's secure on this system?
Excuse me.
What data is out there that is not publicly available?
Things like their water utility information.
That's
their,
publicly available.
Anything that goes through the licensing process will be available.
That's publicly available.
It's just that it's going to be more secure. I mean, it's.
Okay. And thank you for that. Like, I'm just trying to figure out what's the benefit.
All the from the city's employees' perspective.
From the city residents' perspective, because I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, $600,000, almost $700,000, we could hire 5 more police officers. We could hire more firefighters. And those would be a benefit to the city of Flint. And I understand trying to make the employees' jobs more easier or anything else, but if it's literally not costing the city of Flint any more residents to stay on our internal servers, there has to be a benefit for this cost expense in my mind. And if there's,
At some point, we have to make the switch. The vendor's not going to keep this version of the software going forever.
so what's the date on that?
They have not given a firm date. We've been,
I'm
my
sorry?
talk with the salespeople indicates it's going to be in like 2030, 2032, somewhere in that range.
So my perspective on that and my counterpoint to that is that's 6, 7, 8, 10 years away. How many lives can be saved by using that money to benefit the residents in transition at the last possible moment if needed? I'm in the mindset now of, does any of this help a resident? Just a single resident, does it help a resident? And I've beat my brain up for 3 days trying to, okay, well, we're going to be the first, we're going to be the largest one of this contract. We're going to be, we're probably obviously the biggest contract if we're the largest.
We're not the largest. You got Lansing, Sterling Heights. I believe Kalamazoo is bigger than we are.
I'm sorry, Stacy said that we would be the largest last week.
That's not true.
Okay.
Lansing's
That's exactly what Stacy said.
I
right?
understand, but
Okay.
if you look at the list that I sent you, the city of Lansing is in the cloud version right now, and they're bigger than we are.
Well, when someone up here, and I wish that, no, I won't say it. Let me just say that this right here is $700,000 that's, in my mind, won't benefit the city of Flint residents. So I understand the report's taken long. I understand that, but could these dollars be used in a more beneficial way? And I say yes, so I'm going to vote no. Thank you, sir.
Madam Chair.
All right, so Ms. Priestley?
So there are some advantages to going to this program. Mr. Moore and I have spoken about this in the past, and he's got my support on this. How many bank accounts do we have right now?
We have roughly 30 bank accounts right now.
30. And that's down from 75.
Yes.
So that's great. But each one of those have to be manually done for our employees.
Yes.
So because the current system we have does not help us.
It makes it very, very difficult to handle it. We can clearly manage our finances better with the improvements that system has. We can do the assessments better, more efficiently with that. We can do every application that we have, whether it be utility billing or billing inspectors, we can do better with the improvements that are available in the upgrade.
And that does benefit the residents. And currently, we have open positions for police and fire, and people aren't applying. So we can talk about, yes, we can hire more police and fire, but if we can't even get them to apply for the positions we currently have, that doesn't do us any good. And also, so with, how much did the cyber attack cost us?
Oh, we probably spent close to $1 million for that.
And this would have prevented that,
Yes,
correct?
correct.
Because our servers were vulnerable, and they still are, no matter what we do, there's still a vulnerability to any of the servers, correct?
That's correct.
And we don't have insurance to cover that.
That's correct.
So having a more secure, and that cost us the $1 million in that, plus it affected our audit. And I'm talking about, this is from the finance side of things. So this helps our employees do their job better. It helps the city overall by keeping our data secure so that we don't shut down like we had to for about 2 weeks,
Yep.
a year and a half ago. And that affected the city immensely. So I am definitely in favor of this. And as when we were talking about the bank accounts, this allows them to do it automatically and download the bank
And
statements.
allow us to do it, yes, much more efficiently. At some point, we talked last time about changing our credit card processing.
Yeah.
That would clearly save us lots and lots of time and be better, not just for us, but for the customer.
Correct. And I know that there are issues, major issues with the credit card processing company that we have now. And not necessarily secure, but from the functionality on the city side.
Yes.
And it has affected our audit as
Right.
well, which costs us more
Yes,
money.
it has.
So I know that most of the cost is a one-time fee. It's the training part of this
Right.
training of this. And that this is not coming out of the general fund, correct? This is coming out.
That's correct, to come out of an internal service fund. We've been saving up for this.
So it's not going to, we can't, because it's coming out of the internal service fund, it is not going to affect any dollars for police or fire, correct?
That's correct.
Thank you very much.
All right, anyone else in the first round?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms. Mashat.
Mr. Moore, I just want to be clear on a couple of things. So in Genesee County, we would be the largest, correct?
In Genesee County, we would be the largest, I believe, yes.
We're the county seat,
Yes.
so I would
The
imagine.
county does use some applications, I believe, but we're the only one that uses all the applications.
I would imagine we would be the largest because we're the largest
Yes.
city in the county. Correct?
Correct.
Okay. It's just got a little confusing because I think that there was a question asked and maybe the question was misunderstood last week, but that's neither here nor there. I know one of the things that we talked about that this software will do that will be a tremendous help to residents is the fact that there are key staff members who are unable to continue to do work and run these programs in the background, correct? And so, go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's correct. We have to run some of these programs at night because it slows the system down so much.
Correct. And so what we end up with is from anywhere from 2 to 4 hours, people out of commission being able to do other work that they could be doing that would be a benefit to the residents,
Yes,
correct?
that's correct.
We also run into people having to work longer hours because they can't run it during the day because there's other important work that they have to do. And so they try to run it later in the evening, correct?
That's correct.
Correct. And does any of that amount to any overtime or how does that work when they have to stay longer?
We tried to limit the overtime, but it does impact when we can be here. Like you said, 4 hours is, I've had reports run 6 hours and 8 hours before. We will often start it before.
So hold on, I'm sorry. You said you've had reports that have gone as long as 6 or 8 hours before,
Yes.
correct? So that's your work day. Continue.
I try not to run those during the workday. I try to run those at night. Sometimes you have to run it once and then you have to run it again with a slight variation, which means it takes you a couple days to get your work done.
Correct. So again, that is lag time. And it sounds very inefficient.
Yes.
And that does sound like something that would negatively impact residents because you're running an inefficient program, which is stopping you from doing other work, correct?
That's correct.
All right, or it's slowing down from doing the work that you're supposed to be doing, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so the reason that I am in support of this is because it will help the city operate more efficiently.
Yes.
When we talk about the fact that there are hours and sometimes days that go by where people cannot do the work that they need to do because of this software running in the background, because the software running on their computer taking up all of that time.
Yes.
I think that we look at a city that, again, I already said it, is running inefficiently. But with this software, they will be able to run this in the background and still do their work, correct?
That's correct.
You will be able to run this in the background and still get us the answers to questions about holiday pay, correct?
That's right.
Okay. I think, did you have someone from IT here that wanted to say something or no? No? Hello? How are you?
I'm great.
Go ahead.
Well, I think user experience is always really important. And another thing I think that's really important, speaking to what Pfeiffer said, is
So we know your name. Can you tell us?
I'm Zach.
There we
Network
go.
admin. One thing that's really important to remember is that I guess waiting till the last minute has never served us well. We can look at what the county did with their cyber attack situation.
Mhm.
They brought in a network security architect
Mhm.
after they got attacked.
Correct.
The city, we were allowed to finally bring in a network security person after we were hit.
Mhm.
It wasn't the first time we asked.
And so with this software, because that cyber attack cost us a lot of money, a lot of downtime, council still hasn't recovered. That's how we end up with clerical errors, and we're still using Word documents from that cyber attack. So go ahead.
Yes, so that's also a consideration. If you also think about the fact that that system being down was the reason that we were down as far as serving the public for a week or two.
Correct.
If that was in the cloud, we would have still been up. Would have been fixing other things, but that system would have been up. Being our main ERP system, personnel data is in there, social security numbers is in there, financial data is in there. That's important data.
So it's
And
financial
that's
data.
Citizens'
that-
data.
So this protects important personal financial data. It protects your social security number, all of that
It's the
stuff.
types of things where
Okay.
people need to go out and get identity protection insurance because that data is breached. That's in that
Yes.
system.
Okay.
So, and any kind of speed boost you get from a system like that is very important, especially if you could imagine saving 10, 20% of the man hours over a year. You're talking tens of thousands of hours that residents are not waiting for things to get done, answers to questions, on and on.
Thank you. That is my time in the first round.
All right, anyone else in the first round? All right, seeing there's no one else, anyone else in the second round? Go ahead, Mr. Piper.
Mr. Moore, Zach just stated himself that this is going to save tens of thousands of man hours. How are we not reducing any staff members because of this?
I think if you were to look at our workforce, they're all very stressed for what needs to be done. We're all running behind in various areas. Hopefully with the software, we can catch up and do what needs to be done. I don't think we're be likely to reduce the workforce, but we will be able to catch up and do a lot more than what we've done previously.
And I'm speaking out loud that at some point, we have to stop spending without any cross members of reduction. Like, when this bank account goes to zero and these ARPA dollars are done and we stop spending like we're the rich kid on the block, it's all like this money in 2027, the $300,000 or $200,000 plus add-on that we're adding to the expenses, because now we're at 100 and some change, and now we're going to 300 and some change. That money has to come somewhere. I don't care if it comes out of the services account or whatever else. All of that comes from the taxpayer. We may have allocated it during budget season, but it all comes from the taxpayer. So to say that it's not going to affect police or fire, we can't hire police officers because they don't want to apply. Well, why don't we give this $700,000 in pay raises or bonuses or something else to get more police? So don't give me the crap that this isn't going to affect the police or anything else. I mean, we act at the last minute almost every time a resolution comes in before, we needed this. This is important. We needed this last month. Why did it have last year's date on it? We get that almost monthly. So don't tell me that this is important. We have to get it done now. We can't wait until 2030 or 2032 or anything else. The amount of shootings and everything else, don't tell me that this is more justified than keeping our residents safe. And I'll leave it at that. Thank you, sir.
All right, anyone else in the second round? Anyone else in the second round?
Madam Chair.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes, I can certainly appreciate my colleague's passion and fiscal conservative, him being fiscally conservative, but I do want to again point out, and Zach did say something very important, that it's going to save tens of thousands in man hours, meaning that's going to free up the current workload that we have. It's going to save them tens of thousands in man hours for them to be able to do other work so that we won't be behind and this will not be inefficient. Obviously, we know that at the city, we're operating at the very base level. So every employee that we have, we need. We are not in a position to where we can reduce because most of the departments are shoestring anyway, as far as the employees that we have. We have someone here from IT stating the fact that they think that this is a great idea because one, had we had this during the cyber attack, we would have been far better off instead of here we are over a year and some change later, still trying to rebuild ourselves from that this would have positioned us better. We can also look at the fact that again, we keep talking about how inefficient this government works, and this is an opportunity to make it work more efficiently by clearing up some space and some time and not having to, because that overtime that has to come every now and then is costing us. And so if it is something that puts us in a position to where they can run these reports in the background and continue to do the other work that they have to do, that is a benefit to residents, because then the residents are not looking at some of the wait times that they're looking at for answers and other things that they have going on. I think that if this puts us in a position to clear up some man hours, give our key staff opportunities to be able to do other work and still do this at the same time. Multitasking is very important in government because if you're not able to do that, the government works incredibly slow. And that's not fair to residents. When we talk about you have pertinent information that is being protected now by the software that we're going to get, that is a bonus to residents. When you talk about them removing the possible ability for us to be sued because we had an opportunity to protect pertinent information and we did not, that is a benefit to residents because lawsuits for sure cost us. And so while we do need to look at how the funding works for this and how it's going to work in the future, I think we do also need to understand that some things are going to work out better for us if we go ahead. Sorry.
So what's your request?
Is, to the speaker, is BSNA providing insurance now that if it's on their cloud server for when their servers get attacked? Are they providing insurance to our residents if their stuff gets leaked?
So again, and thank you, Mr. Pfeiffer. I think that is a fair question. I know that we are responsible for the city of Flint. And sitting here being responsible for the city of Flint, I can tell you ways that I would like to safeguard our city. I can definitely respect and appreciate your perspective, but I will be supporting this and I yield.
All right. Anyone else in the second round? All right, seeing that there's no one else in the second round, we'll go ahead and call for the vote for resolution 260000. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley?
Yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat?
Yes.
Mr. Pfeiffer?
No.
Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is not in. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no.
The vote is 7 yes, 1 no. That resolution passes. All right, so now we are on to our special order. And so our special order is our community outreach, our community help centers approaching the lectern.
I'm getting old, y'all. It takes a little longer to get up here.
All right, so if you could, we can give them approximately, let's say 15 minutes on the clock. Okay, yeah, just in case they have a couple questions.
This email is from the food bank, and the reason that I wanted to read it to you is because I wanted you to know the authenticity of it. These are not made-up numbers. These are not numbers from the centers specifically by themselves, but they are authenticated and they're good numbers. It is from the Director of Network Services and Programs for the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan. It says the overall insecurity rate in the county is 17.4%, affecting about 70,490 people. In Flint, the neighborhoods with the highest rates of food insecurity, I hope you're sitting, are in your zip codes 48503, 48507, and 48505, where food insecurity rates range from 47% to 57%. For children, Genesee County has the fourth highest food insecurity rate on Michigan's eastern side at 24.5%. The average cost of a meal here is $3.44. Local partner agencies, including Bethel, Asbury, and Greater Holy Temple, have distributed over 7 million meals, with these organizations ranking among the top 5 in the city. If we can support in any other way or provide any additional information, Food Bank says, please let us know. I hope this lets you know the importance of the help centers. And even though they gave the highest ranking of those particular zip codes, those zip codes almost touch each of your wards. So we're asking for support, and you can only imagine how we felt when we found out 4 weeks ago that it was over. We were very fortunate because the Food Bank of Eastern Michigan went to Genesee Health Systems. And Genesee Health Systems was once our fiduciary when the water crisis first started. They understood the situation. However, there is a cost to this, which is why the Food Bank gave us the numbers so that we could ask for what is needed. They gave each center $10,000, but let me explain that money does not come to the center. That money stays with the food bank, and we then must apply every week for a truck to come. I can supply you with pictures so you can see for yourself just on last week from us what it looked like. And I could not even imagine myself telling the people the line looked like the water line 10 years ago. I was shocked. And that's because so many people today don't have food. We're just talking about the basic necessities. And when I looked and saw that the children were included in this report, it really broke my heart. You'd be surprised. One family came up and said, I've got 7 children. Thank you. Another one came up, I've got 9. Thank you. And we also have the statistics that Flint is one of the targeted cities for minority and people of color in the whole United States. It's not by happenstance, it's by design. And I feel that it is important to us that we step up as a faith-based organizations and we do our part. We're not asking for any money for ourselves. We're not asking you to help us keep going for our organizations. I'm asking you for money for the food that goes to us to help us to be able to do what we need to do for the people in this city.
Hello, Flint City Council. As Ms. Jones just mentioned, we're in a dire need at the moment to be able to feed the residents of the city of Flint. With the notice that just came out about us about the close, came a dire need for the residents to come in at record numbers, needing consumables. And it is you would not believe the numbers of people that we've had. The increase have been at least anywhere between 30 to 40% increase in foot traffic alone that have came in. It's costing us at least an extra $20 to $30,000 every 3 months just off of our payroll. That's not even grant money. And we can't sustain, we can't continue to work like this. So we're just asking if there's any way possible that you can help us or assist us in finding additional funding to keep these help centers up and going. We would be blessed. Thank you.
All right. So, thank you. Is
We're
that all?
open for questions. We're open for questions.
Okay, all right, so, anyone will have a question? Go ahead, Mr. Pfeiffer.
Hello, thank you for coming. Quick question for you. So I've been seeing some stuff online lately. Do any of your help centers ID any of the people coming up?
Mr. Pfeiffer, that is an excellent question.
And I think the answer is no, right?
Yes, it is.
We don't ID.
Yeah.
However, we do get the information as far as how many is in the household and that kind of thing. We have had ICE on our premise.
No, I'm not.
Oh,
So this is not an immigration follow-up.
Oh,
I don't,
okay.
that's not the city's wheelhouse.
We also get zip.
Why would you want ID?
Because everybody is putting out where to get food on different days of different weeks, and I'm seeing a majority of these folks don't live in the city. So I don't have a problem
Oh, I
giving
see
money
what
to
you-
the
I
help
see what you're
centers.
saying. I see.
But if the city of Flint is giving money to the help centers, it should help city of Flint residents, not Burton, not Mount Morris. That's where I'm going.
We
That's why I
do,
just
we
mentioned
do get zip codes. We get the zip codes,
But
not
you
the ID.
verify zip code. Is there any verification? Like if I live in Grand Blanc and I know that you're asking zip codes, I'm going to give you 48507 or 4, like if there's no verification.
I understand.
And I'm
We can do that. That's not a problem because we did it during the water crisis.
like,
So
I
it's
just,
not a
I just
problem.
feel like now, there's somewhat of a game going. I'm not saying that everyone is gaming the system, but it seems to me now that they've cut back on different things with the bridge program or whatever else. Now they're trying to game this system and literally hitting yours on Tuesday, yours on Wednesday, yours on Thursday, and then selling bridge card money or anything else. Like, obviously, we can't stop any of that, but we can have checks and balances on our dollars going to help the folks that really need it.
We had checks and balances during the water crisis, and we did require ID. So that's not a problem for
So
us.
we can implement
Sure,
that
you
on
can.
this program?
Sure, absolutely. We did it for what, 5-6 years?
And I don't know if my
And
colleagues
we
would
also
support
did it
having
during
that, but
COVID.
it's, to me, there has to be a level of folks that visit your
That's
centers
fine. We don't have
from
a
different
problem.
places that are on the feeding off the taxpayer dollars of the city of Flint. And that's what I want to stop.
It's not a problem, Mr. Pfeiffer, because I plan on asking the county to help too. Be honest with you, because we're on the east side of Flint. And the majority of my clientele that come through are white, and they live, a lot of them, on the east side.
I'm sure that, I'm sure that there's folks that come from Mount Morris or Burton or everything
They
else.
probably come from everywhere.
Yeah,
Everybody has
yeah.
food insecurity, but we have no problem whatsoever asking for ID, none.
And I'm not saying that those folks don't need help, but I'm saying that if our municipality is designed to help our residents, then if, no offense, if you need money, if people come from Burton or Mount Morris, I
Sure.
hope that you folks will go in front of them and say, I've gotten 25 or 50 or 100 folks from Burton, help us out.
That's not a problem. We have to turn the zip codes in anyway
I just like you to verify.
we don't have a problem verifying. We did it for years.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Sure.
Okay.
Madam Chair.
Go ahead, Ms. Priestley.
And I think I discussed this before in prior discussions when we talked about identifying zip codes, is that 48505 includes parts of Beecher.
I
48506
don't-
includes part of Burton. outside of the city of Flint. I had a friend who lived in Burton and her
I had
zip
the
code
same
was
zip code.
48506.
Now, remember, certain portions of Burton is considered as Flint because of the water.
This is not.
No,
This
but I'm,
area is
but
not,
I'm, yeah, but I'm
but
just saying,
I'm saying that we
Yeah.
can't rely on just zip codes.
no, he's asking for ID.
Right.
So we have
right.
no
But I
problem
want
with that.
to, I just want to clarify that
Oh,
zip
it's fine
codes
with
are
me.
not a good indication of where they are in relationship to the city.
I got you.
And,
I think what they were trying to do is show the importance of the help centers themselves. I think that was one of the reasons too that they included the zip codes.
I'll tell you, I won't go down Davison Road on Tuesdays.
They were pretty packed. And you are correct about the zip codes. They do run off into the other districts as well, like off into Beecher, off into Mount Morris as well.
48507 does the
4505
same.
does.
Yeah, 48503 is all Flint.
Yes, ma'am.
And I think that's the only zip code for
And
Flint.
7, wouldn't 7 be all
No,
Flint? No, it's
7
not. It's where? Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think 48503, because it's the center of the city, is the only one that you can safely say is inside the city.
I think you're well within your boundaries to want to know that your money that you're putting out is spent for your residents.
Well, and
And
the
we
only
have
money
no
that we
problem
have,
with that.
the only money that we may even be able to use is ARPA, and ARPA requires the people to receiving the services to be from the city. And I'm glad that you guys are able to service other people, because it's not just the city that is having food insecurity. It's people in Beecher, it's people in Mount
All
Morris
over.
Township, it's people in all over the county.
right.
So I just wanted to clarify that the zip code issue
Sure.
is for people, not necessarily you, but other people who are listening too. And I do think you guys have done great work. And Kevin, you didn't know that about the $25,000.
not.
That is coming,
Thank you, ma'am.
but
Okay,
I
let's-
wanted to let you know about
But
that
let's
as
keep
well.
in mind that that is totally separate. I want the board to know, the council to know, that is totally separate from the help centers.
Right,
It is.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
And that was because I received a call for the need, even though Asbury is not in my ward. People think it is, and I shared that information with Ms. Johnson as well, so she was aware of that, because that is in the 3rd ward. And I've made it known, I grew up there, so I have a heart for Asbury myself. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, anyone else?
Madam Chair,
Go ahead, Ms. Burns.
I put a motion on the floor to add another 10 minutes because we're down to.
Okay, it's a motion on the floor by Ms. Burns to add 10 minutes, supported by Mr. Pfeiffer. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Thank you.
Ms. Priestley?
Oh, yes.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Your vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. So we have an additional 10 minutes added, making the time 11:45. Okay, go ahead, Ms. Burns.
Thank you. Thank you, Mother Jones. So we do have another help center, St. Mark is one. So I went to a meeting, so there's now 4.
But they're not a help center. They're considered as an agency.
No, ma'am, they are now a help center. I was at a meeting there. They asked them to be a help center in December. So they did. So what I want to, because the problem is big. The problem is not just, and Bethel is in my ward. So I know about Bethel because I gave my ward money to Bethel to make sure people in my community could be fed because it was that important. But your problem is not, like, we gave 25,000 to St. Mark. That's not in my ward. My issue is, and I've worked at your center, so I know. I've worked at R.L. Jones. I've loaded cars, packed bags. I've did the work. And so I know how it wraps around. But what we have to do is make sure that it is fair and equitable for all of the help centers. If we're asking for money, how much are you looking to get? for you, because there's only two.
No,
Harold
it's
is-
three. It's three.
It's four, actually, but Harold is not here.
How, can I ask a question if
Yeah.
you don't mind, Councilman? We were voted on by the community back during the water crisis, as you know. So I guess my question, I see St. Mark as an agency like R.L. Jones is an agency. So my question to you is, you said you were there for them to be voted on and
They
be
had there was a meeting and they asked them would they like to be a help center. Their entire board was there and they asked them and they did agree that they could be a help center. I mean, it's needed. I'm not going to say.
No, it's needed.
What I want to say is,
Because
how
I
do
would
we?
have been talking for them too.
Yeah,
You know,
and
that's why I
it
was
just
asking.
happened. We're just in January.
Okay.
And so my question is, how much are you looking for funding for this? Because no one's given a number.
We want to fund the year because right now,
And so how much is your year?
Well,
You do
I think
weekly.
that's right around 168,000, if I can remember the figures correctly.
And so that's, so 168,000 per
Yes.
help center.
no.
Is that
This
for all of them?
All three.
Oh, yeah,
This was all
is for
three.
Three, though.
Yeah,
Okay,
it wasn't
and-
per health
okay.
center. No.
And so
was
this is
three.
for the food, not labor, because in the wintertime, I know that you have to do propane heaters.
Right.
Some
It had
volunteers.
nothing to do
Request
with
for
anything
information.
but the food.
1 second, Mother Jones. What is your request, Mr.
I'm
Parker?
sorry, the 168 is per each individual, or are we talking 60 per each, or 56 per each? So $56,000 per year, or per center,
Per
fund you for
center.
a year?
Per
Fund you
center.
for a year?
Per center. Yes, sir. I'm sorry, Miss.
Okay, and so that is, because your truck should be, I believe it's $1,000 for a truck. And then if you're doing so there's Monday Bethel, which is my ward, Tuesday is Asbury, Wednesday St. Mark's has been serving, and Thursday is Greater Holy Temple. And that doesn't include like the other agencies. So I think what we really need to do is figure out how much it is to feed all the help centers.
I would add, like Councilman Pfeiffer just said, what, 56, did he say? Like he was saying 56. Now, that's strictly just for the food.
I know it
So
more
if
than
we-
anybody at this
So if we
point.
added the 56 on for St. Mark's,
Right.
then that would give you your total.
Right, our total. And I think we
Right.
need to look at that holistically to where we got some real numbers, so that, and the numbers weren't out there.
Right.
Because I want to make sure we're taking care of the entire community, and that everybody can eat in our community if we can find funds to fund this. Because I will not approve anything unless we approving everybody to eat. That's just where I'm at.
That's
Because the
fine.
lines are long, food
No, that's
insecurities
fine.
are real. So the IDs, I was told you could not ask for IDs.
Yes, you can.
Okay, well,
You
I'm gonna check with that, and I'm in the process of sending an email because they said that you couldn't do it, that you could not ask for.
I think, does that have to do with ICE, you think?
I don't know, but I will clarify that.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying. Councilman Pfeiffer is saying, well, if you know to go all these different places, then you know, some people may be running, but I've worked them. And I've seen these, where these people are. You talk to
And
them.
they need it.
Yeah, and so I'm not going to, because I've been there, and worked at all of them. And it's not a fun job to do, but you are serving the community. And so I don't see like the repeat people. Now, there are some who will hop back in that line.
Sure there will.
They will literally go through the line, come back, and get back in at the end.
Not my line.
I have seen that. And so, Mother Jones, I'm saying maybe, but I know it happens. But it's not a high incident of it, is
Sure,
what I'm
that's
saying.
right. You're absolutely
It's not,
right.
it's minimal.
Right.
Because how many people really want to get government commodities?
Right,
Yeah.
unless they have to.
You know what, Judy,
And stand in line.
She's saying lots over
Stand
here.
in line
It's not, have you
for
worked those
hours.
lines? Judy, you have not worked them. You don't know the people. You don't. And to say that is very insensitive. You know,
Well,
no
we've had
one's
people
lining
run
up
out
just
of
to get
gas.
peanut butter in a silver can. You know, I mean, they're just not. And some of the vegetables, they don't even know how to use them, which
That's
RL
right.
Center teaches you how
That's
to
right.
cook squash and different types of vegetables. So when we say that, because then we're targeting the poor,
That's
then
right.
I have a problem with that. And so who wants to sit there for hours to get a box of food?
Thank you.
or to get milk because it's $4.89 when gas might be $3.79, and you are on your very last.
You burning a quarter of a tank.
Thank you. And so not today. So if you can get us some numbers, please, and
ma'am.
speak with,
Can
I
we
think the
come
health
back?
centers need to talk together.
Yes, ma'am.
And see so that we have some real numbers that we can see. But people are not lining up like that in vast numbers. I'm sorry, they're not. And I'm speaking from the point because I know as the council member up here, I'm in those lines and I'm helping. And so when we talk about feeding the community, we do have, when they've lowered, there's people problems with jobs, food insecurity. And when people talk about it, what I did see was a large number of immigrants, non-English speaking. That we have, but I was told, and I went to the food bank, that we could not ask, but I will clear that up for ID. But if we gonna eat, we all gonna eat in this community, not just one center,
That's
one
right.
place.
That's
The
right.
ones who have been here through COVID, those who risked their lives with their people to show up, when we had to wear a mask. I'm supporting the 4, and it was the 4. It is the 4.
That's fine.
So you can
You
get with
can't
them.
get too many. You need them. We
Yeah.
need them.
I mean, that St. Mark is populated. I mean, it's a populated area where people live. And
That's
and
true.
people know the
That's
people
true.
who
You don't
come
have a
up.
lot of abandoned
Flint's
homes
not
in the
that
area.
big. We're not Detroit.
Abandoned.
So, see,
Hmm.
Candace over here using the calculator. She said,
What you count?
we're at 224, because she's calculating. So
Yeah.
we need to figure out what we can do if we have enough people to do it, but I want it to be for everybody. It took St. Mark forever to get that money. Literally, it wasn't but a measly $25,000. Yeah, you like, what I'm gonna do with 25? So I want it to be, I don't want any one help center getting more than any other one. If we're supporting help centers, let's support them all
I
and it to be
agree.
equitable.
25,000, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is why we're standing here today, because we thought, and I'm gonna be honest, that the $10,000 that each one of our centers was getting, we actually thought that was gonna carry us to what, September the 26th? And that's when it came back and said, it might last 2 months.
Okay. Well,
So,
I'm gonna yield the floor.
I know what
to
you're
my-
saying.
So
I'm
I yield the,
agreeing.
and I'm not cutting you off. I
That's
yield
all
the
right.
floor, Madam Chair.
All right, so anyone else? All right, seeing that we don't have anyone else, I'll go ahead and take my time. In the spirit of ARPA funds, keeping in mind that the funds must be spent exclusively with City of Flint residents. Our colleagues, they stood on that. And I definitely understand the sentiment when we're talking about feeding our residents, because the county receive funds, and I believe also other areas also receive funds. So this money is specifically for Flint.
Sure.
I just would like to highlight that we did not have these expectations when we gave St. Mark the money. We just gave them the money. And I remember Asbury again when we got the money. So I just want to make sure that we are being equitable, because Pastor Thompson, he said on record that they feed people from highways and the byways, from Flushing and different zip codes outside of the city, and we still didn't have a problem giving them the money. So I don't want that to be an impediment, because this body have allocated funds to St. Mark, and they admittedly service individuals outside of the city of Flint. So I do understand that I have it on audio if we need to be refreshed of that. But I would definitely love to support our help centers if they are the 4th. Go ahead and supply the food bank with the proper funds to take care of everyone, because food insecurity is serious. You know, I was filling up a local pantry on the corner of Seneca and Pasadena. We have some residents that have partnered with me to adopt it, and I had people waiting on me to put things in there so they can take things out. Families walking up and down the street. I have individuals that reach out to my work phone letting me know that they love leftovers, so that whenever we have a meeting or a community event, they look forward to receiving a warm meal from the community event that I attended. So when we say getting out into the streets and understanding the need, I definitely understand the need. So hopefully we'll be able to put something together for you for the help center. So if you said everyone is 158,000, and that looks like it's what, 56,000, and then we add that. I want to make sure my math is right. So we're looking to, if we were to fund 4 help centers, it'd be $214,000, around that amount.
24.
24?
224.
224? Thank you. Okay. And so this would take care of the help centers for the duration of 2026.
And give us time. to
Okay,
do something
because
else.
this money must be spent by the December 31st, 2026. So this will ensure that, yeah, and we have monies left over. And so to our finance
Request,
chair.
how much is left? Request, how much is left over?
Pause the time, please. So that is through to our finance chair. Our finance chair does not know. So, however,
Chair.
what we can do, go ahead.
I will get that information. We need food access categories where we're asking how much money is left. We will get that information for you.
Okay, so just in case, I don't know if we have already expended that, but just in case there's not any more left, you can start the time back here. So we approved money to go into the general fund under ARPA, which states that money cannot be spent without council approval. So I don't think that we approved $40 million worth of spending between 2024 and now. So looking forward to getting back with you
All right, thank you.
and making sure everyone on this body spoke that wanted to speak. All right, so thank you all so much for your time.
And thank you so much for having us.
Thank you.
All right, there's a motion to adjourn by the councilman of the 4th Ward. Any support? Candace said she supported. Okay, supported by the councilwoman in the 7th Ward. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Ms. Winfrey Carter?
Yes.
Ms. Burns?
Yes.
Ms. Mashat? Ms. Mashat? Ms. Mashat? Mr. Pfeiffer? Mr. Jarrett?
Yes.
Mr. Alamin is absent. Dr. Lewis?
Yes.
Ms. Johnson?
Yes.
Ms. Priestley? Yes. Vote is 8 yes, 0 no.
The vote is 8 yes, 0 no. The time is now 7:28, and this city council meeting is now adjourned. Have a great night.
That's all, folks. Have a great night, or in the case of city council, fuck you. Have a good one.